Sometimes even to live is an act of courage. True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so wants nothing. The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach. A wise man is content with his lot, whatever it may be, without wishing for what he has not. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. There is no easy way from the earth to the stars. All cruelty springs from weakness. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Religion is regarded by the common people as true, by the wise as false, and by rulers as useful. Difficulties strengthen the mind as labor does the body. You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. As is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable. Hang on to your youthful enthusiasms. You'll be able to use them better when you're older. It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable. The time will come when diligent research over long periods will bring to light things which now lie hidden. A single lifetime, even though entirely devoted to the sky, would not be enough for the investigation of so vast a subject. And so this knowledge will be unfolded only through long successive ages. There will come a time when our descendants will be amazed that we did not know things that are so plain to them. Many discoveries are reserved for ages still to come, when memory of us will have been effaced. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is Poe. It is not that we have so little time, but that we lose so much. The life we receive is not sure, but we make it so. We are not ill-provided, but use what we have wastefully. If you really want to escape the things that harass you, what you're needing is not to be in a different place, but to be a different person. Begin at once to live, and count each separate day as a separate life. Until we have begun to go without them, we fail to realize how unnecessary many things are. We've been using them not because we needed them, but because we had them. He who is brave is free. What need is there to weep over parts of life? The whole of it calls for tears. No man was ever wise by chance. They lose the day in expectation of the night, and the night in fear of the dawn. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. He suffers more than necessary, who suffers before it is necessary. I shall never be ashamed of citing a bad author if the line is good. Only time can heal what reason cannot. Putting things off is the biggest waste of life. It snatches away each day as it comes, and denies us the present by promising the future. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. You are arranging what lies in fortune's control and abandoning what lies in yours. What are you looking at? To what goal are you straining? The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according what others think, you will never be rich. Ignorance is the cause of fear. Most powerful is he who has himself in his own power. Enjoy present pleasures in such a way as not to injure future ones. Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. As long as you live, keep learning how to live. Wealth is the slave of a wise man. the master of a fool. People are frugal in guarding their personal property. But as soon as it comes to squandering time, they are most wasteful of the one thing in which it is right to be stingy. For what prevents us from saying that the happy life is to have a mind that is free, lofty, fearless, and steadfast, a mind that is placed beyond the reach of fear, beyond the reach of desire, that counts virtue the only good, baseness the only evil, and all else but a worthless mass of things, which come and go without increasing or diminishing the highest good, and neither subtract any part from the happy life nor add any part to it. A man thus grounded must, whether he wills or not, necessarily be attended by constant cheerfulness and a joy that is deep and issues from deep within, since he finds delight in his own resources, and desires no joys greater than his inner joys. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Life is long enough, and a sufficiently generous amount has been given to us for the highest achievements if it were all well invested. But when it is wasted in heedless luxury and spent on no good activity, we are forced at last by death's final constraint to realize that it has passed away before we knew it was passing. So it is. We are not given a short life, but we make it short. And we are not ill-supplied but wasteful of it. Life is long if you know how to use it. Were all the geniuses of history to focus on this single theme, they could never fully express their bafflement at the darkness of the human mind. No person would give up even an inch of their estate, and the slightest dispute with a neighbor can mean hell to pay. Yet we easily let others encroach on our lives. Worse, we often pave the way for those who will take it over. No person hands out their money to passers-by, but to how many do each of us hand out our lives? We're tight-fisted with property and money, yet think too little of wasting time, the one thing about which we should all be the toughest misers. The sun also shines on the wicked. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Leisure without books is death, and burial of a man alive. Often a very old man has no other proof of his long life than his age. A sword never kills anybody. It is a tool in the killer's hand. We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality. Life is long if you know how to use it. We learn not in the school, but in life. There is no genius without a touch of madness. It is not the man who has too little that is Poe, but the one who hankers after more. A gift consists not in what is done or given, but in the intention of the giver or doer. Nothing is more honorable than a grateful heart. Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. You are arranging what lies in fortune's control and abandoning what lies in yours. What are you looking at? To what goal are you straining? The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. But life is very short and anxious for those who forget the past, neglect the present, and fear the future. While we wait for life, life passes. We should every night call ourselves to an account. What infirmity have I mastered today? What passions opposed? What temptation resisted? What virtue acquired? Our vices will abort of themselves if they be brought every day to the shrift. Fire tests gold, suffering tests brave men. To wish to be well is a part of becoming well. Withdrawing to yourself, as far as you can, Associate with those who will make a better man of you. Welcome those whom you yourself can improve. The process is mutual, for men learn while they teach. I am not born for one corner. The whole world is my native land. You live as if you were destined to live forever. No thought of your frailty ever enters your head. Of how much time has already gone by you take no heed. You squander time as if you drew from a full and abundant supply, though all the while that day which you bestow on some person or thing is perhaps your last. It does not matter how many books you have, but how good the books are which you have. Limiting one's desires actually helps to cure one of fear. Cease to hope, and you will cease to fear. Widely different as fear and hope are, the two of them march in unison like a prisoner and the escort he is handcuffed to. Fear keeps space with hope. Both belong to a mind in suspense, to a mind in a state of anxiety through looking into the future. Both are mainly due to projecting our thoughts far ahead of us instead of adapting ourselves to the present. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others on their journey to success. You will definitely like our latest video on how I got my special person in 3 days. The card link is on the top right corner of the video. See you soon. Goodbye.